Hi, this is I Allegedly. Welcome back. I'm Dan, and I've got a good one for you today because I love days like this. There's so much news to talk about. This video is loaded with everything, and I'm telling you guys, this affects each and every one of us. And you can sit there and say, oh, it's good in my area, it's bad in my area, things are tough. I'm telling you guys, it's crazy out there. Hit the like button, please. Please subscribe to this channel. And today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I will talk about them in a bit. But let's get into it. First thing we're going to talk about is automotive news. General Motors is blaming tariffs on the fact that they just had a write-off of $1.1 billion. Their stock dropped a ton. And again, we talked about them. Could they go out of business? Could Ford go out of business? Guys, the tariffs have not hit yet, guys. Oh, the tariff impact, though, is here. The threat of it. You know, I'm going to divorce my wife someday. Oh, my God. We're never going to be the same. You know, it's insanity, guys. You can live your life with the threat that something's going to happen that hasn't happened yet. But here's the truth, guys. Ford and General Motors are not selling cars right now. No one wants to buy a $125,000 truck. No one wants an EV car that you can get from here to my house and back. And by the way, I'm at the Veterans Park again. You know, people want ease. People want the advantage of a quality product that's not going to be broken down. Between these two companies, there's been almost 1.5 million cars recalled over the course of the last couple months. Hello, I don't ever want to go back to the dealership again when I buy a vehicle. I never want to meet these people. I never want to have them work on the car or touch the car other than my own mechanic. That's how I feel. Now, the next one that is wild, think about this. Tesla. Tesla today is going to announce their earnings. We'll get to all hear that together. But the other thing was, in California, sales are off 21% right now. That is crazy, guys, in this last quarter. So, guys, that is staggering. It's a huge number. Normally it goes up. It's like the real estate market. Things are not selling right now. Things are not moving. But Tesla has a problem because the products themselves are not selling. My buddy just got a Tesla in Florida, loves the car, thinks it's the greatest thing ever, but he got a smoking deal on that thing. That's why he got the car. Again, you want to go lease a car? Go lease a car, guys. Go do it. Work the deal that's going to make you happy. The payment, the mileage, everything with you. I have shared these over the last 3 years of Teslas, you know, that people are spending, you know, $1,800 a month and they get 10,000 miles a year. Guys, it's the most expensive car ever. When people sit there and write me and say, hey, listen, in 15 minutes, I can get to almost 50% battery. Every single person that I know that has that car says, yeah, the mileage isn't what they say it is. I don't get 350 miles to a charge. I get a couple hundred. Okay, so you get 100 miles in 15 minutes. My life is too busy. I don't have time to sit there and charge something out in public. Plus, you are taking your life into your own hands. In Encino, they just had a public, that's in the valley by San Fernando Valley. They just had a public meeting where people were talking about how bad the crime is. We want the cops to do something about this. We want to be able to walk our dogs at night and not get robbed by junkies, okay? But you want to go charge your car? Think about this. I know a woman, you know, a very beautiful woman that's, you know, I don't like charging my car in public because it's unsafe, okay? The next thing is Tesla opened up a diner, okay? And the greatest thing ever is that people are going there to film like, hey, there's the new Tesla diner. It's futuristic. You can see the robots. Now, there has been speculation that Tesla will not be a car company 10 years from now. They will be a robotics company. Okay? That's interesting. So maybe they'll get out of the car business. But the diner just opened. But the best thing is if you can look for those clips online, is when people are there filming like, hey, this is the new futuristic Tesla diner. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that a lovely place? Look at that. People are yelling, fascist! Out, you know, losing their minds as people are, you know, going about their day. So I got a kick out of that. So it's been reported that Elon Musk is back to living at the office and stepping it up for his company. So we'll see if that works, guys. We'll see if that saves everything. But I'm telling you, it's very interesting right now when you think about a company like that, that sales are off that much. Can they survive that? Can General Motors survive this? You know, and you can lie to us and you can tell us how great it is and how the company's going to be doing amazing. The next thing is in 2021, there was a lawsuit by the state of California to Tesla. And here's the thing, guys. When bad news starts hitting a company, it kind of gets compounded. Think about this. The lawsuit just got reinstated because people are upset about the full self-driving mode. Those cars were sold to people, and people paid additional money every month to be able to have full self-driving, where the car was basically, you know, driving itself and it was autonomous. Well, that's not the case. It doesn't work that way in most cases. Now, my buddy has said, yeah, let's you know, the thing will, you know, find us in a parking lot and do all this stuff. Great, great, great. But it doesn't work 100% of the time, and they've been sued over this. That lawsuit just got reinstated, and they don't want Tesla to be able to sell any more cars here in California because of that. So they may lose their ability to sell vehicles here in the state of California. That is just, it's just wild when you think about that. So the next thing is, you might as well go to the government too. Think about this. We've talked about how Shell is going to close 1,000 gas stations. There's going to be more electric cars. I'm telling you guys, I flew to Vegas over the weekend. But one thing that's crazy is I like to drive to Vegas, and there's meetings coming up, and I'll meet people in Vegas. People will fly in from around the country. It's incredibly inexpensive to fly to Las Vegas. But for me, I can get to Las Vegas in 3.5 hours from my house. It's fantastic. Now, with that being said, Shell, my last video, talked about how they're going to build 70,000 charging stations. The federal government just admitted from the Government Accountability Office that they only built 345 of these charging stations, and that they have basically, guys, there have been $7.5 billion spent on this. Okay? Is that insane? Guys, the numbers are absolutely staggering that these people wasted of our tax dollars with a boondoggle with shenanigans. Now, here in California, we've had the high-speed rail, and I'm telling you, there's people in these programs, there's consultants, and there's lawyers, and there's, you know, different engineers and people that are designers and all these different people that have been paid, and there's not 1 foot of track laid for a high-speed rail. It has cost overruns well over $100 billion already for that. Hello, scammer. Again, this is Veterans Park in Lake Forest, California. It's nice little place to walk around too. But one thing that's funny is they put these streamers up so the birds don't come down, and you know, it kind of works sometimes because they just don't land here like they do at other places. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Look at the news, guys. Central banks are getting themselves away from the US dollar and turning to the safe haven asset of gold. Nassim Taleb says the best place to be right now is in precious metals. Call Patriot Gold Group today, guys. 888-330-1431. Have them answer all your questions. Discuss gold in your future and in your retirement by #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. #1 rated for 9 years in a row now, guys. They've had over 10,000 clients and done well over $1 billion in sales. Contact them today before it's too late. But think about this. Experts say that the next safe haven tier 1 place to put your money is into gold right now. Contact #1 rated Patriot Gold Group before it's too late. Call them 888-330-1431. If you do not want to call them, use the link below and tell them that Dan from I allegedly sent you. Now, a few other notable things in the stock market. Think about this one. Lockheed Martin, the defense contractor. They had a secret program with the government that got canceled, and their stock dropped an absolute ton. They have to write off all these losses, and the program's not going to go forward. Now, here's the best part. They can't talk about what it is. Just, we had a government program. Why wouldn't everybody say that? You know, oh, our government program got canceled. That's why our stock is down, you know, over 10%. Guys, it fell almost $50 yesterday. which is crazy. But again, these people that build, planes and weaponry and things like that, yeah, well, there's problems there too. The other thing that blew me away with the stock market was good old Warren Buffett. Since he announced his retirement in April, and once again, for those of you that didn't see the video, I went to the last shareholders meeting, was invited by my agent, and he said, listen, I can get you in. Great, you can film, you can meet everybody and talk, and it was fantastic. I went to Nebraska, and for those of you that saw those videos, my family originally was from Nebraska, so it was really nice to go there and see that. But I also thought, this guy's 94 years old. This may be the last time he does this. Sure enough, it was. He announced his retirement at the end of the day. But the trade show was amazing. Everything about the event, the people, everything was absolutely amazing. Warren Buffett's stock, since he did that announcement, is down 10%. Will that event ever be the same? Personally, I don't think so. What are they going to have, cardboard cutouts of this guy? It's not the same company without the old man. And people, everybody I met, how long do you think he's going to stay at the company? 5 years. That would make him 99, folks. But again, he's gone. He's done. Couple things. Dr. Marvin for the win, first of all, on this one. New York City is going to potentially have 17,000 new apartments in New York City. They have such a problem with residential units right now that what they're doing is they're converting office buildings. There's 3 high-end projects, but total there's 17,000 projected apartments in New York City alone. You've got the old JP Morgan building that's being converted right now, that's on Water Street. It is like supposedly the coolest spot ever, but that is 1,700 units. Then you've got the Pfizer, that's 1,300 units. And then you've got the Pfizer building that's bigger, it's 1,700 units. And again, the old Pfizer building. Smell those chemicals? Anyways, you know what I mean. So the other thing is the old New York Stock Exchange is being converted, and that's like 535. And those are the big ones that are out there. But the problem with these conversions is that the units are going to be incredibly expensive to rent. So they're not affordable. They're not going to be deals. They're going to be absolutely the high priced places. Who can afford that right now? I get a kick out of people that spend, $6,000 on rent for a 1-bedroom, hovel. So interesting stuff to say the least. There is a company called Open Door, and they were going to be the thing that was going to change real estate. And the company was a meme stock where Wall Street Bets went there and drove the price up. And guess what? One day it went up 24% in a day, and it just saw a big drop of 10%. And they think that the party is over for this stuff. So again, guys, if you ever get involved with those hypes, things like that, just beware. Be very leery of stuff like that when you get those recommendations like that. And Charles Cohen. Charles Cohen is a billionaire. And I'm telling you, not everybody's doing well because Mr. Cohen's not doing well. He went and bought some properties and did a real estate deal that went south. And think about this, okay? This guy went out and borrowed $525 million, okay? Well, the real estate deal went south, and the company that was in Abu Dhabi in Saudi Arabia, they said, no, we want our money, and sued him. And now, based on their deal, and he had to put up personal guarantees. So not everybody's doing well, guys. This guy has 22 cars that they're looking at, his planes. He's got all these different places in houses in New York City, Florida, and they're seizing all this stuff. Now, here's the best part. The guy buys a Ferrari for $500,000, and it's worth 150 grand. Huh? Yeah, that's all it's worth. So they're determining the value of all these assets, and they're going after more and more and more. So supposedly it's almost 2 times what they originally owed is what they're collecting right now. But again, not everybody's doing well. Not everybody weathers these storms, guys, when this stuff happens. So again, I love this. But again, thank you, Dr. Marvin, for those fantastic stories, because that was a good one. But this guy, again, the rich get taken out every now and then. I went to a Ferrari dealership here in Newport Beach, California, a year ago in May, and they had 4 cars there. These are the consignment cars. Really? Yes, somebody dropped them off and they want us to sell them. Well, how much is that Ferrari? That one's $255,000. Oh, wow. What did something like that go for new? The guy last year paid over $400,000 for the car. And I'm like, oh my God. He goes, yeah, we've got a pretty firm offer at about $250 right now. Think about that. Someone's going to buy a $400,000 car for $250,000, but we were blown away because we're like, wow, who can lose this? And the guy that had the money needed the money, but he's going to take, you know, almost a $200,000 hit on that car. So crazy, crazy. Oh, there's some birdies. Oh, you guys see the over there in the little perch there? You got all the turtles sunning themselves. So there's a little bit more to cover. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories, and I want to remind you of 2 things, and that is, please do not forget to join our email list. The email list is below in the video description. It's very easy to sign up, and we have a private channel called I Allegedly Lied that is absolutely fantastic. I love doing the content there. It's uncensored and it's great. Check out the link below. It's iallegedly.tv. Just put that in your browser if you don't want to use the link below. Last 3 stories. Robert Redford, Sundance Film Festival, handsome actor from The Sting and everything else you've seen over the last 5 decades, had a store called Sundance Living. Now, Sundance Living is going out of business, and their final 16 locations, they're all closing now. And it was tchotchke type stuff, it was clothing, it was stuff like that in the Sundance area, okay? Now, he sold it in 2004, which I did not know. I thought he still owned it now. And this is something that's fascinating. There's a little lesson with this. I was at a seminar about 5 years ago and saw a woman that helps people sell their businesses. And the 2 things that she always told me was 90% of the people that buy a business think that, oh, Dan's an idiot. What he did that was successful, don't worry, you're going to be able to do so much better. Now, the majority of those fail. Not everything continues on and people make money. So I'm sure the people that bought Sundance from Robert Redford thought that they were going to kill it, and they did it for a little over 20 years, hanging on. Now it's done. So there is an economist, and his name is very unique, and I want to make sure I get it right because it's important to the story, but he is saying that the AI bubble, Torsten Slok from Apollo Global Management, he is an economist, and he said that the AI bubble is going to make the dot-com bubble look small because so many people are putting money into AI, and it's very expensive to run an AI engine. And the energy that's needed, the cost, the expense, not everything's going to work out. People just think because they have AI at the back of their name that they're going to be able to make money, and not everything's making money. So that will be interesting to see how this unfolds over the next few months. Final story is the state of California is going to issue a new law that if you have cryptocurrency inside of an exchange and it stays dormant for 3 years, the state can seize it and have them take control of it. Now, you would then have to go to the state and say, hey, I'm Dan, here's my ID, here's my social, here's a copy of my social security card to get your AI, your cryptocurrency back from the different exchanges. So make sure, it's a lesson to be learned with your bank accounts. Make sure your accounts are active. Make sure everything is active right now, or you're going to lose this stuff, guys. It's going to be taken over and sent to the state of California. I should do another video on that, your unclaimed funds and stuff. I've had people get thousands of dollars back from that. So please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. We've got a bunch of cool announcements coming out any day now, and I cannot wait to share them with you. And you want to get a hold of me, the email address is hello@iallegedly.com. Make good choices. I'll see you guys very soon.